Hi, thanks so much for watching. This is Anna's Aqua Home. I'm Anna, and today I'm going to be upcycling a sweater. It is an aqua sweater that I no longer need anymore, so I am going to attempt to make some hand warmers and a hat, kind of like a beanie hat. I've made these in the past, but I've had a pattern. I don't have a pattern today. We'll see how this works, so I thought I'd bring you along as I craft in my sewing room. I'm going to start with the arms. I know many people have made mittens with these, but I don't think mittens are as practical as hand warmers where the fingers are still exposed. So that's what I'm going to be making. I'm going to cut that off and then use the first one as a pattern to cut the second one. Now that I've got my two, I'm going to set them aside while I attempt to cut my hat. Now let me stop right here and show you the pattern that I'm going to be trying to do. This was the rough pattern that I was trying to freehand, but you'll see that I think I did it a little bit too big. So next time I think I should definitely print out that pattern and not try to do it just freehanding on my sweater. I went ahead and folded it over, trying to just make them as symmetrical as possible, but I probably should have made my points only a couple inches wide. So I definitely did the overall pattern shape, but I just made it too big. I don't realize that it's not really going to work until I sew a little bit, so I'll show you how I salvage this in a little bit. But I turn this hat inside out, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew just on the two edges of my hat. So this little edge up to the point, and then the other edge from the tip of the point to the bottom of the hat. To start on the hand warmers, I'm going to turn them inside out, and then we are going to fold over 1/4 of an inch from the edge and sew around that edge, and then once that's sewn, we're going to fold it over again and sew it to give a nice sturdy edge to this, and we are going to do that for both of them. I tried two different things. On the one side, I tried using a zigzag stitch to see which would work better, a zigzag or a straight stitch. I'm using a zigzag stitch here, and it is more difficult to sew on the stretchy material depending on what your material is made out of. And then on the other one, I'll use a zigzag stitch. So definitely tried it to see which one I liked better. I think I actually liked the straight stitch a little bit more. The zigzag made it a little bit looser, and I guess I should say more flimsy, and I felt like the material itself had plenty of stretch, that I didn't need the added stretch of the zigzag as well. You can see I measured with my hand where I wanted the break in between the thumb hole and the other 4 fingers hole. That way you can keep this on, pull it tight, and it just helps it really stay in place. So I did go ahead and add that and then started on my next one. And as I said, I used a straight stitch for this second one to compare, and I really liked the straight stitch a lot better. I felt like I was able to sew better. It gave it more sturdiness. I just really liked that. So you could try it both ways, but I definitely, if I make another set, will be using a straight stitch. And hopefully that tip can help you as well. I measured again on this other one, sewed across, and my hand warmers are done. I love the way these look. And next I started on my hat. I went ahead and sewed where I showed you earlier from the point down the sides of the hat, and I did backspace. It can be a little bit more difficult going over the cable knit parts of your sweater, so just go slow. And if you have a serger, that would be great to use. I wanted to go ahead and use my sewing machine because I know not everyone has that special machine. And now that I did this, this is where things start to go a little bit crazy. So I've sewn those two, And what I would do is take this out and sew across it, but this was just not going to work. I realized my hat was way too big. So to salvage it, I went ahead and just cut one single hat. This won't have a little cross on the top. It'll just have one seam across each side. But that is okay. I decided I'd go ahead and finish it this way and try definitely to make that little cross hat shape at another time. I went ahead and finished both of them, and I'll show you a picture of that at the end. The one I turned up the bottom edge and it was really cute. But here's my one hat. I absolutely love how this turned out. And then with my other hand warmers, these are great to use if you're like working on a computer but it's really cold. I just love how this turned out, and I hope you get some ideas. Here's a great idea that you can try to make something that'll be really useful for your life, keep it out of the landfill, and upcycle something. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.